Lunacub is a hyper-unique operator that fulfills things that you've never seen before in Arknights, and it's not because of her skills, but instead, her talent. In fact, this video is going to purely focus on talking about the power of her talent. To still briefly mention the skills, you'll more often be using skill 2 over skill 1. This is because Lunacub is a dead-eye sniper, meaning that she prioritizes the lowest defense enemy that's within her range, not the usual enemy that's closest to the blue box. Her second skill greatly enhances her ASPD, we'll talk about the camouflage part later on, whereas her first skill actually enhances the attack. Since she prioritizes the lowest defense enemy, you would be very concerned about the damage per second, which the second skill basically enhances it by a great amount. Her first skill is great if, let's say, you are focus firing her onto an enemy that has a high defense, which is why you want to raise up the attack. And it's also nice that the first skill pops up a lot faster, but you usually won't be using it because it's a bit counterintuitive to the unique talent that Lunacub has, which I will mention in just this little while. We want showcases, and I'm going to start off her showcase with this stage of NLEX5. I must look a little insane to bring so few operators in the stage. I'm going to place a light shield here, and this is where I'm going to be deploying my Lunacub, facing to the right. This is actually a problematic deployment because there is a backstabber enemy that appears in the stage, basically the guy that hits onto your operators when there is darkness behind them. But notice there's this little sparkling animation all around Lunacub. This comes from her talent. It reads that she gains camouflage while her skill is not active, which means she's basically invisible to the enemies right now. Do note that for camouflage, if let's say there's an operator that is near to your camouflage operator and they are taking splash damage, they will still feel the effect. But if not, the sniper enemies, as you can see, are not targeting onto Lunacub. So I'm going to just turn on Calcid skill to deal with the problem there. And because I've opened up this light area, I can actually deploy my Project Raid safely to deal with this annoying corrosion damage sniper. Just as you see. And then I can just retreat my Project Raid once done. And again, this sniper that's on the bottom there, it's not even caring about the fact that Lunacub is sitting right here. So you can use this camouflage ability when her skill is not turned on to your fullest advantage in situations like this. So I can just deploy my Project Raid and then retreat again. And then let me just turn on Calcid skill again to deal with the shielder. And I'm not going to turn on Lunacub's skill at all, because if I turn it on, that could peel away her camouflage. Not exactly for a skill 2, but I'm not going to take risk. It's actually much nicer to use Lunacub without turning on the skill at times, unless you're very certain you can use it correctly, which I'll teach you how in a little bit, so don't panic about that. See, the backstabber guy just got rid of my Project Raid. It's okay. I've got Lunacub helping out over here, revealing this sniper, and then there you go. So yeah, this is one of the ways that you can use her, but I'm going to show you 3 other unique stages. This stage right here is S210, which is a much lower level stage, but I'll take this as an opportunity to talk about Lunacub versus other operators that are already known to have some camouflage ability. So there's going to be people like April that you see over here, along with Firewatch, which Firewatch isn't camouflage, but invisibility. Compared to Lunacub, Lunacub has this sort of permanent camouflage ability, whereby if you just never turn on her skill, she's forever invisible. But if you think about someone like April, the trouble with her is that you need to deploy her for a period of time. The first 20 seconds she's camouflage, and afterwards she's going to peel it away, and you want to retreat her if you want to reuse that invisibility trait. Then for Firewatch, you also have to wait for the skill to be turned on in order for her to be invisible and also enjoy a bit of attack arc. Cantabile, similar-ish to Firewatch, you just turn the skill on and that's that. And then Whispering is someone who can give camouflage to other operators. So if you compare Lunacub against these 4 people that I've mentioned, Lunacub is a lot easier to kind of create strategies out of for the fact that she's just permanently invisible to the enemies. And if let's say you want to get some extra damage from Lunacub, you can do so with her skill 2. So her skill 2 states that her ASPD increases and she's camouflaged for the first 5 seconds that you use the skill. But if you kill an enemy during the skill duration, she will get extra camouflage for 7 seconds. If you M3 this skill, it actually goes up to 8 seconds for the initial camouflage, and then also 8 more seconds for every enemy that you kill. So let's just turn this on, and you can notice her just killing things a lot quicker. And she's forever camouflage, in such a way where the casters are actually not attacking her. So this is pretty much the concept as to how she works. If you're very confident that when you turn on her skill, she will always be defeating an enemy, then go ahead and do so that you can still enjoy bigger damage while also taking that permanent camouflage. If not, then you can just leave her skill off and let me just have Firewatch to assist her. So that's that for the comparisons, and let me have a few more stages for you guys. Permanent invisibility is just so funky to use. Look at this stage of TWS2. If you see on the top left, there are those two red towers which will attack any operator that's within range. But because Lunacub is invisible, she doesn't take damage. They don't even know that she's sitting right there. So let me just change out this clone of Phantom, reuse, and then just like that, the two towers are slowly charging, and soon enough I can use them to go against the elite mobs and also Mudrock. So I'm going to retreat Phantom, not needed to sit there anymore. And I'm going to change his positioning to the healing tower on the bottom left. Just like that. So soon, Miss Mudrock will spawn. And then I'll be placing Surtur down to deal with the problem. Alright, Surtur is in. Let her get one hammer smack, and then I'll turn on the skill. Alright, the tower is going to come up really soon, and with the assistance of the tower together with Surtur, Mudrock's going to die. Very simply. Look at that. Not even needing any of the towers to go down. So yeah, that's basically one of the unique ways that you can use Lunacub. Make use of the invisibility to capture things like towers or certain objective points that appears in event mechanics. The biggest thing about Lunacub is that you want to use the targeting priority that she has, that is low defense enemies, to your fullest advantage, especially when they are very tough enemies, like the top left enemy that you see over here. So I'm going to place Lunacub right in front of him, and again, because she's invisible, they don't even know that she's actually attacking them. So this is basically one of the unique ways that you can go about using her. And I would say you can try to turn on her skill here, but do not take risks. I'm not going to do that. So I've already done a nice setup over here with two tacticians along with an Ayer to help with the damage dealing. And because of Stealthy Pharah's a little broken mechanic, even though the tactician's summon is down, they still have an extra block, depending on the way that you buff the Hand of Seed. So that's kind of why it's like this. So there's gonna be more of those shooter guys, that global range enemy coming in, and Lunacub's gonna deal with it. As simply as that. Again, I'm actually just gonna turn on the skill this time, so that she can just kill it a little bit quicker. Enjoy that ASPD increase. And there you go. So I'm not gonna play out the stage. I think you've pretty much understood how it actually works. So overall, I've given you a base with this video to let your imagination run wild. You can definitely create a lot of fun strategies together with Lunacub, and in terms of how much you should be building her now that she's in your account, I wouldn't say you need to build her all the way until Elite 1 level 70 like over here, or even Elite 2 her. If you just want to enjoy the benefit that she's able to be permanently camouflaged, you could endure it by even just having her at Elite 1 level 1, which is not a lot of resources. And if you ever find an event mechanic where you can actually abuse that to your advantage, then go ahead and do so. So that's that for this video, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. See you in other operator showcases. Bye bye.